Hello everyone, I'm Jacob Kaufman, I'm the nerd on the street, and today we are installing Pop! OS 24.04. Alright guys, Pop! OS is a Linux-based operating system, also known as a Linux distribution, created by the Denver, Colorado-based computer manufacturer System 76. After several years of work, System 76 is finally releasing Pop! OS 24.04. This is the newest major version of their operating system, and it includes the first stable version of the brand new desktop environment, COSMIC. Now I'm going to make a separate video just talking about COSMIC, but first I did want to make a quick tutorial showing you how to install Pop! OS, because based on the view counts of my past videos, this is apparently the part that you guys want to see most. In order to install Pop! OS, you'll need a working computer that you can download Pop! OS on, and number two, you're going to need a flash drive. I happen to have one here that's System 76 branded, but any old flash drive will work. It just needs to be at least 4 gigabytes large to fit Pop! OS on it. And then you'll need a computer that you're installing Pop! OS onto. The computer that you download on can be the same computer that you're about to install onto, but do be aware when we install Pop! OS, it's going to erase all the files on the computer that we're installing onto. So if you're putting Pop! OS on a computer that you already have some files on, make sure to back those files up to an external drive or an online cloud storage provider before you do this. So that's what you'll need before you get started, and without further ado, I'll cut to the desktop and we can download Pop! OS. Alright, and here we are on the desktop. Now I happen to have a Windows 10 PC sitting around here, so I'm going to show you how to create the Pop! OS installation media from Windows, just in case you're currently running Windows and you're trying to switch over. No matter what operating system you're starting on, the first thing we'll want to do is open up a web browser, and we'll go to system76.com/pop. That's going to bring us to the Pop! OS homepage, and we'll click the orange download button right at the top here. Now we'll scroll down a little bit here, and there are multiple different versions of the ISO that you can download. If your computer has an NVIDIA graphics card in it, in any capacity, if it's a single NVIDIA graphics card, or if you have a laptop with multiple GPUs and one of them's NVIDIA, if that NVIDIA card is a 16 series or above, you're going to want to download the NVIDIA version of the ISO here. If you do not have an NVIDIA graphics card in your computer, or if it's an older graphics card, 10 series or below, then you're going to want to download the generic version of the ISO here under the first section. The computer I'm about to install to has an NVIDIA 30 series GPU in it, so I'm going to download the NVIDIA version of the ISO here. We'll just click on the orange download button. After that ISO file is done downloading, we'll need to download one more thing, and that's a tool to flash the ISO file onto a USB drive. Now there are several tools you can use out there. Today I'm going to show you how to use one called Ventoy. So we're just going to go to ventoy.net, and we'll go here to the downloads section. If you've got a different tool that you prefer to use, like Etcher or Rufus, you can really use any tool that you like. Ventoy is pretty popular right now, and I've had some issues with recent versions of Etcher, which used to be my go-to. So that's why I'm showing you how to use Ventoy here. As you can see, they link to SourceForge for their downloads, not the prettiest website. But since I'm on Windows here, I'm just going to download the Windows version of Ventoy. And just ignore all of the fake download buttons elsewhere on the page. Make sure you get the right link there. You should end up with a zip file that says ventoy-a-version-number.zip. So I'm going to exit out of the web browser at this point, and we'll just go to my file explorer, open up our downloads, and we'll go ahead and extract that Ventoy zip file there into a regular folder. And inside of there, we're going to have a Ventoy to disk utility. We can double click on that to launch it. All right, and at this point, I'm going to need to plug in my USB flash drive to the laptop. So I've got the flash drive here. Just gonna stick that into the side of the laptop. Once it's plugged in, Windows might tell you need to format the disk. I'm just gonna click cancel on that because Ventoy is gonna do that for us. I'll click on the refresh button within Ventoy, and Ventoy is going to detect my flash drive. If you have multiple flash drives plugged in, make sure you're selecting the right one based on the size and the name. Once again, this is going to completely wipe the flash drive that we're installing Ventoy onto. I've only got the one flash drive, and that is the correct one, so I'll click on install. It's warning you this will be formatted, all the data will be lost. Click on yes, and it's double checking. Click on yes again. All right, and that has been successfully installed. So now we have Ventoy on that flash drive. So now all we have to do is go back to our downloads folder, and I'll go ahead and copy the Pop! OS ISO that we just downloaded, and then I'll come into my Ventoy drive here, and we just have to paste it right in there. And since we used Vintoy in this tutorial, you can actually keep the same flash drive and just paste other ISO files in here later if you want to try out a different Linux distribution, or if you want to update the Pop!OS ISO version that's on the drive later. I do still prefer the simplicity of Etcher, but like I said, I've actually had issues using it, and Etcher does have kind of an odd amount of analytics and stuff built in for such a simple utility. If you're on Mac OS, you can usually just flash the ISO to a USB drive using disk utility, and if you're already on Linux, you can use an app like Popsicle, which is the one that comes built into Pop!OS, but is also available for other distributions in order to flash the drive. But for Windows here, Vintoy is going to be one of the easiest ways to do this as of today, so we'll just wait for that to complete. Alright, and once that's finished, that's all we have to do to use Vintoy. We don't have to do any sort of special preparation, you just have to copy the ISO file into the Vintoy drive. So I'm going to right-click on the Vintoy drive and click Eject, just to make sure that that is all written properly. Currently in use, okay. Let me cancel that, let's navigate somewhere else, then try to eject it. There we go. All right, so once the Vintoy drive disappears from Windows here, I can unplug my flash drive. And at this point, I'm going to switch over from the Windows computer to the other laptop that I'm actually going to install Pop!OS on. Again, if you're trying to install onto the same computer that you just used to create the installation drive, that's totally fine. Just turn this computer off at this point, assuming that you've already backed all the files on it up. I'm just going to shut this thing down. And I'll unplug my capture card here and just move that laptop out of the way. And here's the one that we're installing Pop!OS onto. So at this point, you want to connect the Pop!OS installation drive to the computer that you're installing Pop!OS onto. So I'll go ahead and do that. And now we can turn this computer on. I'm going to hold the escape key when I do this because you'll see when the screen turns on, it'll say press escape for boot options and settings. Depending on what computer you're using, that key will probably be different. A lot of computers, it's a key like F10 or F2, and a lot of times it will say when you're booting up, press this key to enter the boot menu. Sometimes if you get into the BIOS menu or the UEFI menu, it will let you choose a boot device there as well. But on this computer, it was escape, so I'm in the very simple UEFI menu here, and I'm going to select one-time boot and then go down and select the flash drive that we just put Vintoy and Pop!OS onto. Again, these menus will look different depending on what computer you have. Once we enter here though, you'll see the Vintoy menu, and we'll just press enter to select the Pop!OS file. Inside of there, we can just boot in normal mode, so press enter again. And then here on the Pop!OS try or install screen, once again, just press enter for a third time. And once we do that, we'll get a splash screen and Pop!OS will start to boot up here. As you can see, my capture card's currently getting something different from my built-in screen on the laptop here. But we can see that Pop!OS is booting because the flash drive is flashing. Looks like the display is mirrored to the capture card now. And this can take a minute depending on the speed of your flash drive and the speed of the USB port on the computer, so just be patient there while it all boots up. All right. And we've got our installer here. I'm going to take just a moment. My capture card's resolution is just a little bit off there. That's a problem with the capture card more than Pop!OS. It just advertises a weird resolution. So I'll go down to 1080p just to make that look a little bit better here. But as you can see, when you boot into the Pop!OS install disk, you should see the installer pop up by default. If it doesn't, then the installer should be pinned to the dock on the far right side. And this is actually the same Pop!OS installer that was present for the last Pop!OS release, 22.04. System 76 didn't quite get around to rewriting their installer in Rust yet, so it's still just the same GTK-based installer, actually written in Vala, which is a language kind of spearheaded by Elementary OS, at least as far as the front end is concerned. The back end was already Rust and still is. So after selecting our language, I'm just going to click on Clean Install. If you've already got a Pop!OS installation on the computer, it will give you the Refresh Install option, and you can select the Custom option if you want to use a different partition layout or file system format than what's going to be present by default. But I'm just going to click on Clean Install because I want to use the full disk encryption, which is currently only available with the default partition layout. On the Select a Drive screen, you're going to see the USB drive that you're installing from. It will not be selectable, and then hopefully you'll see the internal SSD or hard drive that is inside of your computer. Once again, if you've got multiple SSDs in your computer, make sure you select the right one because this is about to wipe whatever we select, as you can tell by the fact that the button is red and says Erase and Install. So we'll click on that, and Pop!OS will ask us just a few questions about the user account we want to set up. I'll type in my name here. I like to customize my username to make it just my first name. Makes it a little easier when I'm doing certain things on the command line. So I'll click on next. I will set a very secure password here, and I'll click on next. And the drive encryption screen is where you can select if you want Pop!OS's full disk encryption enabled or not. I'm going to enable it. This will basically make it so that if somebody ever steals the laptop, as long as it's turned off when they steal it, they will not be able to get any of your files without knowing your password. If you don't select this option, then somebody can just boot a Linux live disk and copy all of your files off, so quite a bit less secure. Totally up to you though if you want that extra layer of protection or not. If you're worried about forgetting your password or having to recover things yourself, then maybe you don't want it. I'll just click the green encrypt button here, and we are going to use the same password that I used for the main user account just to keep things simple. And after that, Pop!OS will start installing. The USB flash drive started flashing a little bit there as it was copying some files off of the drive and onto the internal SSD. We've got this nice little rocket animation in the installer. If you want, you can click on the little terminal icon here, and it'll open up a terminal screen. You gotta scroll up until you see the actual output. But now we can kind of follow along with what Pop!OS is doing. No interaction necessary at this point though. We're just sitting back and letting the system install itself. All right, that just took a couple minutes, and after the installation is complete, we'll just click on the green Restart Device button. Anything we do in this live environment before we reboot into the actual system will be lost when we reboot into the actual system. So I'd recommend just restarting as soon as it's done. We'll see the live system shut itself down there. And once the system reboots, once you see your BIOS splash screen again, you can unplug the flash drive at any point now. If you don't unplug it fast enough, the system might try to reboot back into the flash drive, so you might just have to power off and do that. But here we have the decryption screen. You can see the icon has been updated a little bit in Pop!OS 24.04 if you were familiar with what it used to look like. I'll go ahead and type in my decryption password there and press enter. And once again, after a moment, we'll get our login screen. So I'll type in my password one more time and press enter, and that will log me in into the brand new COSMIC desktop environment. And here we have the COSMIC Initial Setup Wizard, so this will just walk us through some basic configuration. The first page is some accessibility and screen options. This is a very simple laptop and I don't need any of those options, so I'll just click on Next. On the next page, if you'd like, you can connect to a Wi-Fi network so that you'll have internet right off the bat. I'll go ahead and do that. We'll click on Next again, and you'll be able to select a language and keyboard layout. Those will default to English US. The next page is the time zone. This one will not default to anything. Pop!OS doesn't have any kind of tracking where it would be able to automatically determine this. So I'll just search for Denver and we'll go ahead and select that and continue on. And the next few pages are more optional appearance personalization. If you just want to be done with the wizard at this point, you can skip this and close it immediately. But just to show you, this new COSMIC desktop environment is meant to be very customizable. We've got 6 different color palettes that we can choose from right off the bat. Of course, all of these colors are even more customizable later once you're through the wizard. I'm going to stick with the default Cosmic Dark color scheme to start out, and I'll click Next. The next page is your panel layout. Once again, they provide you with several different layouts just right off the bat here. There is a bottom panel layout if you're coming from Windows 10 or 11. It's not going to work quite the same way. It's really the same buttons that you'll get on the other panel layout, but visually this will look a little bit more like Windows. I'm going to stick with the default top panel and bottom dock layout that visually looks a little bit more like macOS, and I'll click Next. And the last few pages are just an informational slideshow explaining a little bit about how to use the COSMIC desktop environment. Once again, I'll make a separate video just talking about COSMIC because it's not even specific to Pop!OS anymore. But once we're through all of that, I'll click on Finish, and there you have it. We now have Pop!OS 24.04 with COSMIC Epoch 1 installed on your computer, ready to go. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, feel free to leave a comment, leave a like on whatever platform you're watching this on. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and stay subscribed. Help me make YouTube send me one of those silver play buttons. You can also go to nerdclub.knots.co if you'd like to pitch in just a few dollars a month to help me make more videos. But for now, that's Pop!OS 24.04. I'm Jacob Kaufman, I'm the Nerd on the Street, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.